Good morning. Happy Sunday. All right, big picture day. So let's talk about things like fasting, things like meditation. Why do we do these things and why do these things help us? All right. So are we human beings having a spiritual experience or spiritual beings having a human experience? Well, clearly we're the latter, right? We're spiritual beings that is inhabiting this human body. So think of it like a hand and a glove. So the glove is the body and then the hand is the soul. So what does the animation? What does the moving? Does the glove do the moving or does the hand do the moving? The hand does the moving. And when the hand is removed from the glove, what is the glove? Nothing. It's just sitting there. And it isn't able to do anything without the hand. Without the hand, it doesn't animate, it doesn't move, it doesn't locomote, it doesn't do any of those things. So the same is true with the body and the soul. And the soul is pure energy. So the closest thing that we can equate it to is light, is pure light. So if you've ever been in the presence of somebody when the soul leaves the body, the body, all of a sudden at one point this energy is there and then it's gone. And you can immediately tell when that energy has left the body and that now the body is this shell of what it once was because that energy is gone. They've even weighed a soul, by the way. They've put somebody on a scale that can test. It's ultra sensitive, and when they die, there actually is a loss of weight in the scale, so that this energy that is inside of our bodies while we are alive actually has a mass to it when it leaves. So if the soul is pure energy, it's pure light. So then what happens when we meditate, when we fast? Well, when we do those things, we're telling the body that we're in charge, that the soul, this energy, is in charge and the body isn't in charge. And what happens a lot is we forget that and we let the body take over, and the body starts telling us what to do. This is what you have to eat. This is how long you have to sleep. And while some of those things are legitimate for the body to recover and in order to work and do all the things that it needs to do, we can control that a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. And the body can do a lot more than we give it credit for. So when we fast or meditate or pray or do whatever, and meditate, by the way, remember, you can meditate in a whole bunch of different ways. You can meditate while you're running. You can meditate, while you're doing many different things. But when you're doing those things, you are saying to the body, I'm in charge, and you're connecting yourself with the spirit, with the soul, with this energy in the universe. And the more that you connect in the energy in the universe, the more that you bring the light, because the soul is light. So every religious organization on the planet, when they show their spiritual people, they all are emulating light in some fashion, whether it's around their head or it could be around their entire body, because when you connect to this light, you increase it and you increase the light in your body. So the more religious that you are, the more that you have the light. So if you're a Christian and you pray a lot, you get your halo. That's your light. If you, every depiction of Jesus has got light around his head. Pictures of Buddha have light around his entire body. Pictures of Muhammad, he also has the light around his head. Confucius has the light around his entire body, because they are spiritual people connected with this spirit of the universe, and so therefore they're more full of this light. You can even do meditations. There's a two-heart meditation where you focus on this light and you can tell that you're increasing it in the body. So what do we want to remember from all of this? Number one, you want to remember that the soul is pure energy, it's light, and so you want to connect with the universe and bring more of that light in, because that's going to increase the positive energy in your body. when we do these meditations, when we do these various disciplines, we are telling the body that we are in charge. And we're connecting with this higher level power, whatever it is that you want to call it. If you want to call it a God, if you want to call it the universe, whatever it is, because we are all connected. We're all energy. Every living thing is made up of energy. And so you can connect with all of it. And the more that you do, the more that you increase your light, the more that you increase your spirit, which is going to increase your overall wellness and connect you with everybody else in a positive way. So we want to remember we're in control of the body, and we want to connect with all of these other things. So when we meditate, when we practice these various rituals, and every religion has them. If you think about it, the religious leaders of every religion practice certain levels of physical disciplines in order to connect to that religion, whether it's fasting or whether it's chastity, whether you're a yogi and you go stand in the woods on one leg for a year, or whether you're a priest and you practice chastity and various praying, or whether you're a Buddhist monk and you meditate and hum, at certain levels for hours during the day. The Buddhists also have physical tests to spirituality where they do a series of physical activities throughout the day. The Hindus do similar things where they meditate for so long that they can lower their heart rate. All of these are designed to tell the body the spirit is in charge, and to get the spirit to connect more with the higher spirits in the universe and the light, and to bring that light in. And then as you become religious, you emulate that light. So the same is true for all of us. The more that we connect with the positive energies in the universe, the more that we're going to be filled up with that energy, and the more it's going to spill out all over the place. You want to be beings of light. That is exactly what the soul is. It's energy. So the more you focus on the positive, the more the light comes in, the more that you're going to be a being of light, and the more you're going to show it to others. So this is why we discipline. This is why we meditate. This is why we do all those things, to connect with that light, to tell the body that we are in charge, and to make us more creatures of light so that we can go forth and we can cast that light all over the rest of the world. So let's do that today. Let's get up and meditate, or meditate in whatever your way of meditating is. Your way of meditating could be a run. Your way of meditating could be that you lift weights. Your way of meditating could be praying. Your way of meditating could be actual meditation. Because what does all that stuff mean? That means you focus on nothing, right? And for those of us in the West, we're like, how can I focus on nothing? Well, nothing just means no thing. You're not focused on anything physical. So you're not focused on food. You're not focused on work. You're focused on what is beyond the physical. So that is the nothing, no thing. That's all that means. So when you're focused on the things beyond the physical, just focused on light or spirituality or God, or however you want to language that, it doesn't matter. That's the no thing. And when you do that, you're connecting with the light. So an overall view of all of this spirituality, but to me, that makes sense in terms of why we do all this, to connect. Remember, at the end of the day, you got to have a reason why you're doing all this stuff, or none of it makes any sense. So I hope that meant something to you. Have a great day, everybody. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.